This week is the 33rd Sunday in Ordinary Time. We're getting closer to the last Sunday of our liturgical year. And in this month of November, we continue to remember All Souls. Our book of Remembrance has been here in the front of the church for parishioners to add names. Names can be sent in as well, and we will inscribe them in the book and pray for our beloved deceased. Our gospel passage comes from Mark's Gospel, chapter 13, verses 24 through 32. Let's take a listen. Jesus said to his disciples, "In those days after that tribulation, the sun will be darkened, and the moon will not give its light, and the stars will be falling from the sky, and the powers in the heavens will be shaken. And then they will see the Son of Man coming in the clouds with great power and glory, and then he will send out the angels and gather his elect from the four winds, from the end of the earth to the end of the sky. Learn a lesson from the fig tree. When its branch becomes tender and sprouts leaves, you know that summer is near. In the same way, when you see these things happening, know that he is near, at the gates. Amen, I say to you, this generation will not pass away until all these things have taken place. Heaven and earth will pass away, but my words will not pass away. But of that day or hour no one knows, neither the angels in heaven nor the Son, but only the Father." In these weeks, at the end of the liturgical year, our readings speak about the end times. Jesus tells his disciples that the sun will be darkened, and the moon will not give its light, and the stars will be falling from the sky, and the powers in the heavens will be shaken. Other images are described: the Son of Man coming in the clouds. The angels will gather his elect from the four winds. If you were one of the disciples hearing these words, how would you react? It is a bit ominous. Maybe these words would have been a bit frightening to you. These words might have made the disciples, and they might make us feel uncertain, unsure, ungrounded. However, at the end of the reading, Jesus tells his disciples, "Heaven and earth will pass away, but my words will not pass away." Jesus' words will not pass away. Even though heaven and earth will pass away, his words will be there to give us courage and strength. Recall that so often the words Jesus speaks are, "Do not be afraid." We might be afraid of the end times. Down through the years, various religious and secular groups have tried to predict the end times or the end of the world. Recall that when we entered the year 2000, a new millennium, there were all kinds of predictions. Jesus is with us in his words and in his sacraments. We gather always as his present-day disciples and are strengthened even in the midst of life's uncertainties, like a pandemic, that we need not be afraid. Jesus tells his disciples, "But of that day or hour no one knows, neither the angels in heaven nor the Son, but only the Father. Until that day, let us be strengthened by Jesus' words, that they will never pass away." My brothers and sisters, let the gospel fill your week. See you in church.